Buying dive gear is not cheap. Even the basic setup can set you back thousands of dollars. When you dive through a dive center, you can rent the gear that you need. The only problem with that is that you need to use the gear that they have, which may not be exactly what you would want. So over time, divers tend to buy their gear. But many new divers make the same mistake. They spend thousands on gear that they don't actually end up using. And worse, they often buy the wrong things first. So, welcome to Valkyrie Divers. My name is Gerard and I'm a PADI and SSI qualified diving instructor. In this video, we're going to look at when you should be looking to invest in your own gear and how to prioritize what you should get. So the key question is, when should you actually buy your own gear? And then more importantly, in what sequence you should make those purchases? The overall answer is fairly simple. You should buy your gear in stages, not all at once, but then the order that you choose matters a little more than you probably think. So don't rush out and buy gear before or during your open water certification course. You don't know yet what really suits you and what your preferences are. And as you gain experience diving, those preferences will change, they will evolve. So wait certainly until after you've got your certification. In fact, you should really wait until you've done 10, maybe even 20 dives before thinking of buying your own gear. So, what should you get first? Well, I think the key one is getting your mask. The reason that is important is because if it doesn't fit properly, you're not going to have much of a good dive. So you need to have a good seal around the edge of the mask, fitting your face securely, and have a nose section that fits the shape of your nose. I'm afraid we all have slightly different noses. You've got to be able to equalize easily, which means you've got to be able to press on that part of your nose with your hand. So you need to try your mask on and make sure that you can do that. Without being able to equalize, you're going to have a pretty shallow and pretty short dive. So make sure you test it in the shop and get the right one. Now for the second item, I'm going to defy convention here. I'm going to say you should get your DSMB. It's not an expensive piece of equipment, but it is a very, very important piece for safety. So you need to get the DSMB and a reel and possibly even a double ender to attach the DSMB and reel to your BCD whilst you're carrying it. Once you have your DSMB and are comfortable with deploying it, and practice is the key to that, then you're not going to panic evermore about the possibility of losing your dive group or your buddy. You can always surface and deploy your DSMB, and anyone on the surface will know where you are, be it your dive boat or your dive group when they surface realizing you're not with them. So it's not an expensive piece of kit, but it is very good for safety and stops you worrying too much. So next is fins. Good fins will help you reduce effort. They'll improve your control in the water. But there are many different types of fins. There's short fins, they're long fins, they're split fins, and they all just have a different way of working and people have different preferences. So do your research on them and find the ones that suit you most. So following that, we now move on to a piece of safety equipment which I think is vital for every diver, and that's your dive computer. Now, it tracks your depth and your time. You can track your depth with a depth gauge. You can track your time with a diving watch. But your NDL, your no decompression limit, that is what your computer is going to help you do. Now, I've done a separate video on NDL, and you may want to watch that to see why it is so key to your safety. Used properly, your dive computer will help you keep within safe limits. Now, dive computers can be very expensive, especially if you're doing technical diving and want a computer that's going to do trimix and decompression stops. But you don't need all of that to start. What you need is a good entry-level computer that is at a reasonable price and does what you need. So again, do your research. There are many out there, and you don't need to spend a fortune. However, once you've got your dive computer, it is very, very important that you know how it works. You know what all the buttons do and where the numbers are and what they mean, because you don't really want to be going on the dive trip or on the boat between dives, then trying to look at your computer and think, how do I plan the maximum time on my next dive? You need to know. So get it out of the box, try, practice, read the manual. Very important. After that, we look at exposure suit. This is what is going to keep you warm if it's cold, or protect you from anything that might bang into you. You either have a dry suit or a wetsuit, depending. Then, even when you get a wetsuit, there are variations. There's different thickness, so you get 3mm, 5mm, 7mm. If you're getting a 3mm, I suggest you start thinking about, do you want a shorty or a full length one? If you're getting 5 and 7mm, then I would say you get a full length one. But then if you get a 7mm, you're probably going to be looking at wanting gloves, neoprene gloves, and maybe even a hood as well. So you need to, again, do research, look at what you need, depending on where you're going to be diving. Another important thing with your wetsuit, don't just buy it online. Go to a shop, try it on. From experience, I know some of them can be very difficult putting on and off. You want one that is tight, but not so tight that you blow a gasket every time you try and pull it up your legs or pull it off your legs. So try it in the shop. And finally, we come to your BCD and your regulator. Now, unfortunately, these are not cheap at all. And there are many different types of BCD and many different types of regulator. With BCDs, you can have integrated weights or not. You can have air to or separate alternate air. And regulators, well, there are hundreds of them. And the prices range from expensive to stupidly expensive. So again, research is the clue. Talk to your dive instructor, talk to your dive center, talk to a number of experienced divers who bought their own gear and ask for the different ideas. So again, experience is very important here. So there are two common mistakes that people make when buying dive gear. Firstly is to rush out and buy everything all at once. You get a whole lot. Fins, mask, computer, exposure suit, BCD, regulator. No, I wouldn't. I would suggest buy them one at a time. And once you've got the item that you've just bought, use it, practice with it, get comfortable with it, and then get the next piece. You don't want to be trying to understand your dive computer at the same time that you're trying to figure out how the integrated weights on your new BCD come off or go in. One at a time. The second major mistake that many people make is just to buy something cheap. Well, sometimes if it looks too good to be true, it is too good to be true. You buy dive gear second hand, you have major risk. Now, if you are buying it by going and actually collecting it, you can, to some extent, check it. Like a mask, you can try it on and see. But a regulator, how do you know when it was last serviced? BCD, how does it, hold the air in the water effectively? There's no little holes in it. So do be careful. I'm not saying you have to spend a fortune. I would suggest, again, doing research, working out what the price of the item you want to buy is, and find it at the best price. But obviously beware of fakes and second-hand items. So in summary, the sequence in which you need to buy things is along the lines of comfort, safety, control, and then the full equipment. So buy these things in the order of mask, DSMB, fins, computer exposure suit, BCD regulator. If you get this right, you will save money. You won't end up buying a whole load of things that you suddenly decide, I didn't really want that. Or the fins, I don't like the short ones, I wanted longer ones. Do it slowly, do it carefully, and get it right. You will save money in the long run. You will also become a confident diver as you check each item as you buy it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please press that subscribe button. Comment, press like. If you didn't like the video, please let me know. Tell me why you didn't like it. So remember, dive calm, dive safe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.